I don't know if you can. Don't touch it. You can't wear it anymore.
You have to. You have to
bury
retie
it.
your tzitzit.
Well, not during the service.
Yeah.
But tomorrow you retie it.
One of mine broke.
Then you should bury it.
No, you just retie your tzitzit.
Yeah, well, sometimes they say you should.
You bury the whole talit.
I'm not saying to. But the people down the street might.
Yeah, no, we're just gonna get new tzitzit.
I know. I know.
I'm
Go to
gonna bury
Amazon.
the tzitzit.
Yes. Go to Amazon and buy them.
Although now I can't remember which talit it was. That's the
To make sure you get the right ones though, because they have very, very thick ones and very, very thin ones. That was the issue with Sue Merritt's. The right one for the holes that she made.
No.
That's why she's doing it.
No. We're still a little early, right? Or is it time?
Now it's time.
Sweet.
Now it's 11. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you for joining us. We're going to start on page 69. There is grace that every dawn renews, a loveliness making every morning fresh. We will endure, we will prevail, we the children of hope, children of the one who crowds the heavens with stars, endows the earth with glory, and fills the mind with wonder. Ma Tovu is on, yes, hope. Always about hope here. Ma Tovu is on page 74. Knowledge what is good.
Ma tovu alecha Yaakov, mishkenotecha Yisrael. Va'ani berov chesdecha avo beitecha. Eshtachave el heichal kol
page 77. You can join together in the first paragraph. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe. With divine wisdom you have made our bodies, combining veins, arteries, and vital organs into a finely balanced network. Wondrous maker and sustainer of life, were one of them to fail, how well we are aware. We would lack the strength to stand before you. Blessed are you, Adonai, source of our health and strength. Baruch atah Adonai, rofei chol basar, umafli la'asot. Our prayer for our soul, Elohai, is on page 78. Elohai, Elohai, neshama, shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai, Elohai, neshama, shenatata bi tehorahi. Ata birata, ata yitzarta, ata nefachta bi, ve'ata mishamra bekirbi. Elohai, Elohai, neshama, shenatata bi tehorahi. Elohai, Elohai, neshama, shenatata bi tehorahi. Page 81. Religion embraces both faith and action. The primary quality is action, for it lays the foundation for faith. The more we do good, the more readily do we grasp the meaning of duty and life, and the more readily do we believe in the divine, which stems from the good. Page 83, we can read responsively. As I awaken, let this be my thought. May my day be filled with acts of loving kindness. Let me be drawn to learning and discernment, and may my actions be shaped by mitzvot.
Keep me from iniquity, disgrace, and sin. May I not be overwhelmed by temptation or despair.
Distance me from evil people and false friends. Let me cultivate a life of goodness.
May my hands reach out in kindness, and may I serve God through acts of righteousness.
Today and every day, may I merit your mercy by living my life with compassion and love.
Holy One of blessing, draw me to your words. Teach me the art of sacred living. Baruch atah Adonai, hamelamed chasadim tovim le'amo Yisrael.
Page 93. Why fixed prayers? To learn what we should value, what we should pray for, to be at one with our people, the household of Israel, to ensure that the ideals painfully learned and purified, and for which many have lived and died, shall not perish from the community, and shall have a saving influence upon the individual. We're going to turn to our handouts for OZ.
These words are found in this week's Torah portion in the Shirat Hayam, the Song of the Sea. Ozi bezimradia, vayhili lishua. Ozi bezimradia, vayhili lishua. Ozi bezimradia, vayhili lishua. Ozi bezimradia, vayhili lishua. bezimradia, vaihili Yeshua. Ozi 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 bezimradia, vaihili Yeshua.
Continue back in our prayer books on page 102. Ilu Finu. If our mouths were full of song as the sea.
Ilulu, 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 finunu malele shirakayam. Ilulu, finunu malele shirakayam. Ilulu, finunu malele shirakayam. Ilulu, finunu malele shirakayam. Ilulu, 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 finunu malele shirakayam. Ilulu, finunu malele shirakayam. Ilulu, ilulu, ilulu,
Continue on page 106 with the Hatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה, בעלמא דברה חירותי, וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי דכל בית ישראל. בגלה, בגלה, ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבה מברך, לעלם עולמי עמיה יתברך. יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמי דקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, דמירן בעלמה, ואמרו אמן.
We rise to the Barfu, page 108.
Adonai, Amevorach. Arechu et Adonai, Amevorach. Baruch Adonai, Amevorach, Olam Baed. Baruch Adonai, Amevorach, Le'olam.
We acknowledge the light in our world today. We can read the Hebrew together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
Yotzer or uborei choshech, oseh shalom uborei et hakol, hameir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha rachamim, uvtuvo mechadesh bechol yom tamid, ma'aseh v'reshit, ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam b'chochma aseta, ma'ala ha'aretz kinyanecha, titbarach Adonai Eloheinu, al shevach ma'aseh yadecha, ve'al me'orei or she'asita, v'baruch hasela, or chadash al Zion ta'ir, v'nizkeh kulanu mehera v'horo, baruch atah Adonai, yotzer ha'me'orot.
Page 113, below the line. Without surrendering the right to think and act in freedom, I can believe in a very literal sense in the God who revealed the Torah to Israel. And I can try to carry on the Jewish tradition of study, worship, and deeds of love.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad.
Please be seated. Page 116.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך, והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Page 123. And what is my lifespan? I am like a man gone out of Egypt. The Red Sea parts, I cross on dry land, 2 walls of water on my right and on my left. Pharaoh's army and his horsemen behind me, before me the desert, perhaps the promised land too. That is my lifespan.
So as this Shabbat is Shabbat Shira, the Shabbat of song, we have the Mi Chamocha in our Torah portion, and we always change the melody. So we are going to do it just like we did last night in the Sephardic tradition. Mi Chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi Chamocha nedar ba'kodesh, Norah tehilot, Osei feleh, Yai-da-dai, Yai-da-dai-dai, Yai-da-dai, Yai-da-dai, Yai-da-dai-dai, Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai-dai, Yai-da-dai-dai-dai-dai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, Mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh, Norah tehilot, Osei feleh, Adonai yimloch le'olam ba'ed. Sur Yisrael, Kuma be'ezrat Yisrael, Uvdechenu mecha Yehuda be'Yisrael, Go aleinu Adonai Tzevaot Shemo, Kedosh Yisrael, Baruch Ata Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
Continue with the Amidah. Please rise if you're able to. Page 124.
Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agit tehilatecha. Adonai sefatai tiftach ufi agit tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Adonai, sefatai tiftach ufi agit tehilatecha. Adonai, sefatai tiftach ufi agit tehilatecha. Baruch Ata Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu ve'imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, Vekonei Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot ve'imahot, Umevi Geula Livneihem, Lema'an Shemo be'ahava, Melech Lozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch Ata Adonai, Magen Abraham be'ezrat Sarah. Ata Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechayei hakol Ata Rav le'Hoshia, Mashiv haruach u'morid hagashem, Mechakel chayim bechesed, Mechayei hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim verofei cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Michamocha ba'al gevurot, Umidol melach, Melech memit, mechayeh umatzmiach Yeshua b'ne'eman ata lahachayot hakol Baruch ata Adonai mechayeh hakol. Kedusha's on page 130. Nikadesh et shimcha ba'olam Keshem shemakdishim oto b'shmei marom Kakatuv al yad nibiecha V'kara ze el ze ve'amar Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh Adonai Tzevaot Meloch ol haaretz Kivodo Adir, Adirenu Adonai Adonenu Ma'adir Shimcha Bechol haaretz Baruch Kivod Adonai Mimakomo Echad Hu Eloheinu Hu Avinu Hu Malkeinu Hu Moshienu Vehu Yashmienu Berachamav Le'enei Kol Chai Ani Adonai Elohechem Yimloch Adonai le'olam Elohai yichsion Ledor vador Hallelujah Ledor vador nagid God lecha U'netzach netzachim kedushatcha naktish V'shivchacha Eloheinu mihipinu lo yamush La'olam va'ed Baruch ata Adonai ha'el hakadosh.
Please be seated.
Maria Geshem, it snowed on the Golan Heights the other day.
Page 135. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories, glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace, born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God.
Baruch atah Adonai Mekadesh HaShabbat.
Turn to your handouts. So as I mentioned last night, my time in Israel, my tour guide would offer us a poem for each day. So this poem by Leah Goldberg was one of our poems for one of our days. Towards Another Day by Leah Goldberg. The green today is very green, and the gray today is very gray, tinged with black without any white in the city. Distress today is very distressed, and the past today is very past, with little future and no present in the air. And it is not easy to breathe, and it is not easy to think against the wind, and it's difficult to wait, and the storm touches the lashes, and it seems as if every moment is splintered to bits, but the green today is very green. Page 143. I need strength, humility, courage, patience, strength to control my passions, humility to assess my own worth, courage to rise above defeats, patience to cleanse myself of imperfections, and wisdom to learn and live by your own sacred teachings. Let me not be discouraged by my failings. Let me take heart from all that is good and noble in my character. Keep me from falling victim to cynicism. Teach me sincerity and enthusiasm. Endow me with perception and courage, that I may serve others with compassion and love. We'll take time for silent prayer and internal reflection.
142.
Come to our Torah portion of the service. We're going to have Gersh read for us today. He's reading at the Shirat Hayam text, the Song of the Sea. As you might remember, that's when the Israelites crossed through the sea. The sea is divided into two miraculous walls, and they're able to cross through. And then it closes up again behind them so that the Egyptians will not be able to cross. And it's a wonderful, miraculous moment. So miraculous that when we read this Torah portion, we don't sit down for it. We stay standing. So I'll remind you, but just for a little bit of a preview. We're going to start in our prayer books on page 246. Please rise. I'm going to do it. Come.
Yep, remain standing.
Mm-hmm. No. As I explained, thank you, Miriam.
That's where it's like we're up against
The Red Sea.
Ya Amon, Gershon ben Manas, Belinda, Aliyah Harishona.
Can you want the yod? It's right here.
No, I was looking for her.
Oh, the cheat sheet is over there, Rabbi.
What are we asking for?
The big print transliteration.
Oh, I don't know what a cheat sheet is. No, we don't cheat in this synagogue. There you go. Let's offer the blessing first. The aid. Thank you, Miriam.
Well, it's just big print. It's not really a cheat sheet. It's the big print.
Oh.
Page 250 in your prayer books, in your regular Shabbat prayer books, and then in the 8s, we are on page
406.
406?
406.
406 in the 8s, Torah commentaries.
Baruch
Baruch Adonai Amvarach Leolam Haed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai noten Torah.
Amen.
As Yashir Moshe V'nei Yisrael Es Ashira Zos Lanonai Vayamrer Lemar Ashir Lanonai Kigo Aga Asus Racha Ramavayam Azivazim Rasha Vayahili Lushua Ze'eli Vanvehu Elohei Aviva Rememena Adonai Ishmochama Adonai Shemo Makavos Para V'chelo Yaravayam Umidchar Shalosha Tibu V'yam Suv Tamos Yechei Samu Yardu B'mitzvosav Kemo Even Yemincha Adonai Nadar B'koach Yemincha Adonai Taratzayev Rav Gancha Tahareis Kamecha Tishlachar Necha Yechalemu Kakash V'ruach Apecha Ne'erachu. You gotta say it loud.
Ne'eramu.
Oh, Ne'eramu. There's a mistake here.
No, there's not. That's a mem.
Okay.
It's just hard to, hard to read.
Nitzavo Kamogan Nizelim Kafutam Espeleviam Amariev Ayav Erdofasig Achalek Shalal Tilamu Nafshi Aracharev Tori Shema Yadi Nafshabe Ra Berocha Kismo Yam Taluka Mos B'mayim Adiri Micha Mocha B'Madonai Micha Mocha Nedar B'Kodesh Nora Sila Sefele Natisa Yemencha Tivalmu Aretz Nochisa B'Chastacha Amzu Gealta Nahale Sabiazal Nave Kachecha Shimu Amin Yergazun Chilachiv Yeshe Polishes Aznavlu Aznivhalu Alufe Adam Ale Meav Yechazmu Ra'ad Nigmu Kol Yeshve Kana'ad Tefel Aleim Imasem Yifchad Bigdal Zeracha Yidamu Ka'aven Ad Yavaram Chadonai Ad Yavaram Zu Kanisa Tivaimu Vihitemu Bahar Nachalesecha Mechan Lishiv Secha Palea Iye Adonai Mikdash Adonai Konanein Nu Yadecha Adonai Imloch Lelam Voed Ki Vasus Para Becharo Varsha Vayam Vayeshav Adonai Alehem Esmei Yam Uvnei Yisrael Alchu Babasha Besochayam. So you take this.
Yeshua.
And then you go over here.
A lot of verses.
Here? Put, yeah, with the thing. Okay, in here. And then you kiss it. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayesanu natan b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah. So I want you to know this is Linda's first time saying the blessings over the Torah. May we say Siman Tov?
We can do Shechianu.
Shechianu.
Baruch atah
Eloheinu melech haolam shechianu v'kiyamanu v'higyanu lazman hazeh.
Thank you for enabling us to reach this season, this moment.
Okay. So let's come look at the Torah.
Come.
Great question, Miriam. I'm going to move. But,
oh my God.
So if you...
That's because you can't read.
That's not why it's spaced out. It is spaced out. Sorry, Lee, I don't mean to block you. Okay, so it is supposed to look like waves. So if you, I don't know, where to, move this in some way, it would look like waves, and that's
Oh,
why
I
it's
see.
spaced out. When there are special readings in the Torah, things look different. And I can see how you would think that this was a kaf and not a mem, Gersh. But they are joined very tight, very small. It's a little tiny join there. I can't see it. I can see how you got it. Well, I can try to remember that for them. But anyway, the things look different for the Torah. So we have the little crowns on top. We have sometimes there's a paragraph break, but not always.
One
But
of
yes,
the
it
other
does
things
look
that,
different.
that
Yes.
rabbis say too is that it's the bricks of slavery being
Mm,
stacked.
that's good too.
And
that's
since
cool.
and once we are past this, we are free.
Mhm.
Oh,
Mhm.
that sounds so interesting.
Yes.
And it's interesting
Like
that
crossing the
in
sea,
the
waves.
eighth time they did the same thing.
Do you have the yod? Where's the yod? Thank you.
They do the same thing in the eighth time.
Yeah.
Yeah, they give you the same breaks,
Mm-hmm.
which is very nice.
Trying to find the Micha Mocha. It's hard to upside down.
Me,
There it is. Here's Micha Mocha. Mimadonai. Micha Mocha Nadar Bakodesh. That's what we sing every day, every week.
And the crazy thing is Adonai Yimloch Olam Ba'ed is down here.
And then I skip all of that and go over there.
And as you can see, the middle paragraph in the Micha Mocha is not in Torah. So we don't really know where it comes from.
Someone thought of it. There. Great brains. Okay. Thank you for reading. Thank you for that question, Miriam.
And this
Thank
this
you for
paragraph,
blessing.
this little section is Miriam.
Where?
Miriam
So,
singing. These
Moses-
3 lines. This is all Moses' song.
Moses does this,
Yeah, Az Yashir
and
Moshe.
Miriam sings this.
Vatikach Miriam Hanivia achot Aharon et behatof with her
Timbrel.
right? And she sings Shiru Ladonai Ki Ga'oga'atu.
Mm-hmm.
So Miriam gets 3 lines, and this is where she gets named as a prophet.
That's it.
Yashikov.
Good job.
We have a couple of things to do before we leave.
If you'd like to lift at that point, you're welcome to lift. When I,
In the evenings, middle.
it's in the middle. It's not. It's not in the evening though.
I mean, in
Today is
middle.
the. I know. Just making a joke. You can sit down now. Thank you. All right. So, not only do we have the wonderful celebration of Miriam and Moses and crossing of the sea in this Torah portion, in our half Torah, we read about Deborah, who is also a female prophet, and she's never really talked about that often. So I wanted to make sure we lift her up today. She is the only female judge in our Tanakh, and she is an exception to all the other judges, it is thought. And so both our Torah and our half-Torah readings present to us situations of confrontation. In our Torah, Moses and the people of Israel, they face Pharaoh and the book of Judges. Deborah faces Sisera and the Canaanite army. In each narrative, when victory is won, the leaders celebrate in song. So we have Song of the Sea, and we're going to have Devorah's song just after this. And both songs extol God's strength and presence and deliverance of our people. However, Deborah also praises the dedication of the people. She sees victory not only in God's hands, but in all the people working together. To live as holy beings is to live with clear intentions and paths, and we ourselves are very dedicated to evoking God's presence in our lives. In this week's text, that pledge is expressed in song. The physicality of raising and opening our voices, of bursting out in song, and expressing pure joy and gratitude. The Song of Deborah calls out, "Rouse yourself and sing a song." We are to fill our mind and body with the vibrancy of song to walk through this world with awareness and clarity. When we sing of God's holiness, we lift our souls from the mundane to the holy, able to experience a moment of God's presence. And we too, this morning, and maybe for a couple days since, we can add joy to our lives through song, calling to mind these 2 texts and the themes of victory, relief, and faith. And may you feel these emotions in the days and weeks to come. Shabbat Shalom. So we're going to sing Devorah's song, one of my favorites. It's on your handout. Yes, Debbie Friedman.
Miriam's song, Deborah's song.
Mm-hmm. Yes, thank you, Miriam.
Arise, arise, I'm sorry.
No,
Hold
it's a
on.
little, arise, arise,
Yeah, it is
Deborah.
It's much higher.
My
You're
favorite
right.
song.
Arise,
There you go.
arise, Deborah, arise, arise, and sing a song. Arise, arise, Deborah, Uri, Uri, Dabri, Shir. Arise, arise, Deborah, arise, arise, and sing a song. Arise, arise, Deborah, Uri, Uri, Dabri, Shir. Deborah the prophet was a judge in Israel. She sat beneath her palm tree on a hill. And the 12 people came from everywhere just to hear her judgments, honest and fair. Deborah the prophet, Deborah, a mother in Israel. Arise, arise, Deborah, arise, arise, and sing a song. Arise, arise, Deborah, Uri, Uri, Dabri, Shir. Deborah the prophet was courageous, strong, and wise. Her people lived in peace for 40 years. The 12 tribes lived together as one for the first time since the world had begun. Deborah the prophet, Deborah, a mother in Israel. Arise, arise, Deborah, arise, arise, and sing a song. Arise, arise, Deborah, Uri, Uri, Dabri, Shir. Deborah the prophet, a woman of fire, torch in hand. She led the Israelites to victory. Barak said, Deborah, I cannot fight unless you are standing right by my side. Deborah the prophet, Deborah, a mother in Israel. Arise, arise, Deborah, arise, arise, and sing a song. Arise, arise, Deborah, Uri, Uri, Dabri, Shir. Arise, arise, Deborah, arise, arise, and sing a song. Arise, arise, Deborah, Uri, Uri, Dabri, Shir. Uri, Uri, Dabri, Shir.
Thank you for indulging me. All right, so we can offer a prayer for Israel in the back of our handouts. Another, this is actually originally a song that I'm reading as a poem. On a humid morning in the year 5638, during the grape season, 5 riders went from Jaffa on horses. Stampfer came, and Gutman came, and Zerach, Barnett, and Yoel Moshe Solomon with a sword and a sash. And with them rode Mazaraki, the silver-haired doctor, along the Yarkon. The wind sang in the bamboo reeds. Beside Umalabes, they stopped in the heart of the swamps and thicket, and up a small hill they climbed to see the surroundings. Mazaraki said to them, after a short time, I don't hear birds, and it's a terrible sign. If birds aren't singing, death rules here. We should go out of here fast. Here I go. The doctor jumped on his horse, for he pitied his health, and the 3 friends turned to return to the city with him. Yoel Solomon then said with his visionary eyes, I am staying the night here on this hill. And he remained on the hill, and between midnight and the light, suddenly Solomon grew the wings of a bird. To where he flew, no one knows. Maybe it was only a dream, maybe just a legend. But when the morning arose again, across the mountains, the cursed valley was filled with the chirping of birds. And some say, until today, along the Yarkon, the birds sing of Yoel Moshe Solomon. during my time in Israel, we would go to the kibbutzim, and it'd be very quiet, as if there were no birds, and there'd be like one cat lurking around, when usually they're full of cats and sounds and birds. It was very quiet, and we had a lot of people asked, what do we think the birds think is going on in Israel? And so it sort of led to us finding this song, thinking about if the animals are affected by tragic events as well, just as we are affected by them. Let's say a prayer for those of us in our community who are in need of healing as well. Today we are thinking of Steve Bloom, Linda Bloom, Cindy Carlock, Suzanne Christie, Joe Crane, Linda Davis, Emily Eichenhorn, Tracy Ford, Richard Fordyce, Howard Fridson, Amanda Fry, Lori Glick, Michael Gordon, Eileen Heiger, Joel Katz, Gary Lincoln, Marvin Klein, Daniel Mayo, Jerry Nichols, Sylvia Orduno, Carol Benovowitz, Eric Richards, Susan Rubenstein, Brenda Saperstein, Marcia Silverman, Gloria Zatok, and Judy Zimmerman. If you have any names to add or correct, I encourage you to do so. We hold them all in our hearts today, and our prayer for healing is on page 250. Nope, something else. 373. Yes. Right here in my notes. May we all find healing, as Wendy says. We're going to stand and lift the Torah. If Gersh would like to come show us his strength, that would be great. Do you want it to be open or closed? Open, okay. You read from the Torah today, so it goes with the. How many columns are you going to do today? Good over the lip. Over the lip. Okay. Am I gonna be... Whoa. No, we're not. You okay? We're gonna re-roll this. Okay. Still a little more on this. Can I do it? Thank you so much. Let's unroll it a little bit. Okay. It's a really difficult thing to lift, the Torah. It's very unsteady.
Wait, whoa.
They're still going there. Yeah. Yes. Let's move this a little bit.
Okay, you're good now.
I'm gonna go out a little bit more. Yes. No, we don't need the sofer. But
This has been the last birthday.
there we go. That's better. Okay. We'll just
Take it off the edge a little bit.
what? Okay.
Then you can do the bottom. Yeah.
It's all right. You do lift with your knees. Let's put it down. Okay.
So, someone? Ki mitzion tetzei Torah, udvar Adonai mirushalayim. 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 Hodo al eretz v'shamayim, v'yaren keren le'amo, techila v'chol chasidav, livnei Yisrael am kirovo. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Tzayim lemachzikim ba, v'tom hecha ve'ushar, terachecha darchei noam, v'chol netivotecha shalom. Hashivenu Adonai, Elecha b'nashuva, Kadesh, Kadesh Yameinu, Kadesh Yameinu, Yekedem. Continue with the Aleinu, page 282. Aleinu Shabbat Adon HaKol, V'atekedu Aliyaseh Breshit, Shelo asanu k'goyei ha'aratzot, V'lo samanu k'mishpachot ha'adama, Shelo sam halkeinu kahem, V'gor aleinu kechol hamonam,
From my parents' lodging place by Yehuda Amichai. My mother was a prophet and didn't know it. Not like Miriam the prophetess, dancing with cymbals and tambourines. Not like Deborah, who sat under the palm tree and judged the people. Not like Huldah, who foretold the future, but my own private prophet, silent and stubborn. I'm obliged to fulfill everything she said, and I'm running out of lifetime. My mother was a prophet when she taught me the do's and don'ts of every day, paper verses for one-time use. You'll be sorry. You'll get exhausted. That will do you good. You'll feel like a new person. You'll really love it. You won't be able. You won't like that. You'll never manage to close it. I knew you wouldn't remember, wouldn't forget, give, take, rest. Yes, you can, you can. And when my mother died, all her little predictions came together in one big prophecy that will last until the vision of the end of days. We think of those who have passed away in recent days and weeks. Today we're remembering Richard Ehrlich, Leroy David Miller, Alan Halper, Eddie Stein, and Shelley Taub. We think of those who have passed away in this season in years past. Today we're remembering Morse Colton, Betty Crone, Joseph Feinstein, Jacob Flam, Louis Golden, Alfred Gossman, Jacob Gubnik, Betty Israel, Meyer Katz, Mildred Katz, Irene Conkey, Joel Michael Kriegel, A. Stanford Levy, Kara Elizabeth Aki Mozuki, Charles Marvin Oventhal, Shirley Person, John Rabin, Alma Reese, Eugene Royer, Ross Schickler, Margaret Schmidl, Bertha Siegel, Robert Silverman, Stanford Sobel, Eric Steiner, Florence Tucker, Samuel O. Wolick, and Sam Zarinsky. If you have any names to add or correct, I encourage you to do so. Mm-hmm. Did a great Adon alum. Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Lowe.
We hold all those names in our hearts today. Our Morris Kaddish is on page 294. Yitz
Gadol v'yitz kadash shemei rabah ve'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei b'chayechon u'vyomechon u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala u'vizman kari v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabba mevarach le'alam u'lomei almaya yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal shemei dekudesha barichu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbechata v'nechemata da'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav hu yaseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'yimeru amen.
Please be seated. Caitlin has announcements today. Yes? Okay. Wasn't sure. Thank you.
Thank you for joining us this morning. Thank you to our usher Gary and our stream team as well. come celebrate our new large screen projection and the Super Bowl at TKA tomorrow, February 9th at 6 p.m. The $10 cost will provide food, drinks, and fun. And it's meant... Yeah, I was just about to say that. It doesn't say that here, but bring soup cans. There's a donation. That's why it's being called the Super Bowl. Also, join us on Friday, February 14th at 6 p.m. for Love Shabbat. While Valentine's Day has some Christian connotations, the theme of love is still necessary to indulge in. This will be a service of love in a time of such uncertainty. Bring in Shabbat with us and share messages of love with each other. On Thursday, February 20th, at 6:30 p.m., join us for an end-of-life planning event. We will feature speakers from the community, including Josh Tobias from Ira Kaufman Funeral Home, Susan Schulman from Feinberg Consulting, Debbie Benuni from Jewish Senior Life and the Brown Center, and Rabbi Shribman. Information on filling out advance directives, hiring long-term aid, enrolling loved ones in adult daycare, writing ethical wills, and making funeral arrangements will be shared. In-person attendance is strongly encouraged. Join us on Friday, February 21st at 7 p.m. for a reproductive Shabbat. In partnership with the National Council of Jewish Women, join us for a Shabbat honoring the Jewish value of reproductive freedom. We will also host a speaker from Planned Parenthood of Michigan. Come to services to learn more about this Jewish value. Wishing everyone Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you so much. We're going to close today with Hine Matov on page 10.
Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Ahim gam yachad, hine matov, hine matov, yadadai, 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 hine matov, hine matov, yadadai, yadadai, hine matov u'manayim, shevet ahim gam yachad, hine matov u'manayim, shevet ahim gam yachad.
May you feel whole, knowing you are enough. May you feel confident, knowing you are prepared. May you feel calm, knowing the storm will pass. And may you feel at peace, knowing you are loved. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.